And there you go. There's a bit of stripe. Well, what's that? It's leaf rust. Stripe rust, leaf rust around. It's this vixen. It has been sprayed, so should be alright. We'll have to keep an eye on it, I guess. There you go. So that's what it's like. And that's what we spray for, the fungicide. Well, this barley, there's a little bit of brome in it, but it's come along pretty well. She's not too bad, not too shabby, but we've got a couple of these valves just want tightening up. This is sort of leaking a bit because it's sort of high rate, high pressure, all that sort of thing. So, but no, this is yeah, improved outer side as well, which surprised me. But we've got gloves, which a bit hard to run a phone on it. But a couple of these are dripping, so we just got to tighten that. I might need a few new things on here eventually. You can see that one's been leaking a bit, so we'll get to work on that. Stuff on the edge, just bloody brome grass manifest. Look at this. But that'll be cut. This stuff will get cut. Bloody brome grass here, absolute pig of a stuff this year. Couldn't sort of get a handle on it. But probably not as bad as we thought. It's bad, but we'll see. Anyway, I've got to get my gloves too. Shiesty. Barley manifesto. Just a serene day. Just beautiful. Cold, but beautiful. Oh boy, isn't that nice? Dramatic, bright. Just what you want to see. Beautiful. I mean, should have mentioned what we're spraying. We're putting or Pantheon, or same as Emastar Extra on the barley. So yeah, perfect conditions. How you going, fellas? You 40 odd fellas? Hoggets? Yeah. Hoggets and discards and whatever. So the canola continues to grow, which is kind of good. He's moving along now. That expensive urea did some good after all, as it turned out. Very nice. Going back out, finishing off this fungicide, putting the fun back in fungicide. Cyclops! That's also thickened up quite a bit, considering where that was. Oh, whoa, slow down. And now I'm back out here. It doesn't really look too bad. It's on a par with last year. There's a bit of ryegrass through it, but and a few patches where it's a bit worse than others, but for the most part it's actually come along very, very well indeed. Well, that's a little frustrating. Probably about 100 litres short. Ah well, we'll go home, mix it up and quickly get this done. Just for completion's sake. Alright fella. Nice Father's Day, eh? Nice day for a bit of spraying at the yard. We've got some spot spraying by hand, but do some of these bigger areas with the little boom. A mini boom on the back of it. Nice. Just get it done a bit quicker, a bit safer. Further away from it, the better, safer you are. All of that. So apparently it's going to really rain tomorrow. Anyway, I need 2 hands. Maybe it's a sign. Look at that. Rainbow. What a pretty rainbow too. So here you can see it's running out there. So I better take this before the rain in case they miss it. But down this track here, you can see it's running down inside our paddock, inside the scrub, pooling here, running all the way down the road, making a mess of the road, and all the way down to the bottom there. Absolutely running, gouging into the road. Look at this. Gouging into the road, running down the road, pulling in the paddock, in the scrub, running right to the bottom. Further to what I was saying last night, this is what's eventuated out of that bloody water leak. Now I'm going to have to ring them again to see whether they've actually done anything or going to do anything. It's like a bloody lake. If that's what they term acceptable waste, they can go and get stuffed, as far as I'm concerned. Just disgraceful. Well, SA Water, this wet enough for you?
How are we going to get them clean if they stay dirty like this?
Oh, don't touch. Alright, no, time to change engine oil in the T6 here, so yeah, it was pretty clean until we drove through, I had to drive through a couple of times through the Waterworks lake, where their leak, which I won't get to fix until tomorrow, lazy bastards, so that's doing immeasurable damage to the road, but what are you going to do? Anyway, we'll change this, it's well and truly due, and let it drain. Have some lunch, come back, fill it up later. Job done. Nice! Homemade funnel extension, because it's kind of an awkward spot to get to fill the oil. There is somewhere on top of the motor, but that's covered by the air cleaner, so not many options, so that's what we do. Isn't it right, Claude, Kate? All of the helpers, so much help. Right, so we've put our oil in, should be enough. Let's why do they settle? Well, it's got oil will settle. Anyway, we're going to give it a quick start. There's the oil light out. That's nice and positive. I'll just let that start and then we'll stop it again. Now for some excitement. Will this start? Will it start? I don't know. Just. Oh, rain. Whoa, focus. A bit dark. It's actually darker than it looks. Rains are here. Marge. Now we're going to make a run for it.
Win, win, win!
Blimey. That's what we're talking about, aren't we? We'll get these doors shut and we'll just make a bolt for it shed by shed, I think. We'll get there. Are you driving?
You're driving like you. Sharks.
Truck? It's a car.
Yeah.
So the Elizabethan era is over. This is the morning of the first morning of the reign of King Charles III. We're at Grandma's in the old XE Falcon with a heap of stuff. Waterworks going to fix that leak, I presume. It's not running away, but look at that. Doesn't take much rain to make it bloody wet. Really wet. I saw a few sheep tracks, but I don't think they've gone up here. I'm not driving up here now. Look at it. Just bloody water everywhere. Didn't think it was that wet. I mean, we had nearly 1.5 inches, I suppose, but my God. Just terrible. As far, I mean, it's great for the crops, just terrible for these tracks. Unbelievably wet. Anyway, now I've got to find my way back. Nice.